Well, hello everyone, I'm Yeti from BU4U Gaming, and today we are back in Aviary Attorney, and it is January 5th, Wednesday. I think we just have one day left before we have to go to court, so it might be a good idea to see if we can actually find some evidence that's gonna help our client, right? So let's go to this chateau. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Crania. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Excusez-moi, messieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change. You have 20 francs in your wallet, what will you do? So, are we a softie? Let's be a softie. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Oh, wow. Bless ya, messieurs. Bless ya. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child can make it through the last of winter is the least I can do. But what am I doing, standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson. We've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crania. Whoa, look at this place. Baron Rogale must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine. Is he here right now? Yes. He's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron, we'd like a word. How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Yeah, I think you did too. Okay, did I hear my name? Great Baron Rogale, property owner extraordinaire, at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators? Not quite. I'm private attorney J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate Sparrowson. Lawyers, huh? You know, you aren't the first to have passed through here today. Oh? Yes, this jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning, asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps. I have a hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial. A friend of yours? Something like that. So what may I do for you, messieurs? We are doing some research on Monsieur Grenville, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Okay, that noise when it's reading writing the text, that was kind of annoying, so try turning down some audio, we'll see if it helps. Of course, such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. Ah, much better. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself. Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You'll find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the unfortunate incident. Oh, can we see the finished photograph? I'm afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you're done with your investigations. So where shall we go first? So we can go to, well, I guess the main hall is where we are now, or were we in the lounge? Well, I don't know. Let's go to the garden. Dame Cataline said that she found Monsieur Grenville on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. The crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail. You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that. That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. Okay, so now we can look around a little bit here. Okay, so we have some statues going on. The huge fountain. Okay, well, let's see. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep, eventually we realized that it was just filling up on horse nerves. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Ugh, terrible. Yeah, I don't know. The humor in this game is a little funny, but at least it makes me giggle. Let's see, what else can we... I thought we could investigate this little part over here, but no. Okay. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No. The barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the stable." I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. Yep. Baron Regale certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding. Oh, so that's why you find them creepy. Here we go. I don't really like them either, actually. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No, I would not. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way. If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threats wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yep. I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Put it all on heads. Don't let me down, old emperor. Here I go. It's tails. Roll up your pantaloons, Falcon. You're going for a swim. Ah, fine. Hold my shoes. Yeah, I was about to say that. Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is this? It's brown and sticky, and it smells weird. Don't tell me that you picked up a very wet cigar butt, possibly belonging to Baron Regale. Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It's his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder just in case. Okay, so now we have that. Is there anything else we need to do here? Is there anything we haven't checked out? Doesn't look like it. Oh, no. Oh, there's over there. Ooh. There's actually, I don't know if there's blood there. You can see there's nothing here. There's kind of a discoloration. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Grenville died. Did you see any bloody footprints? Oh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood written with the frog's last breath. Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Grenville was attacked and killed on the staircase. Okay, so let's just check if there's anything else that looks even slightly suspicious or anything. Not really. Nope. I think we're done here. Good call, but are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck. Okay, so we have the lounge. Oh, that's probably the housemaid. Second floor, third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst. Hey Falcon, did you see that? See what? That housemaid totally just did something shifty. Shifty? I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle. Yes? Are you two policemen? No, we're private attorneys. My name's JJ Falcon. And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Duhor. So, what can I help you, Monsieur with today? We are investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. Oh, now we can actually see her face. That helped. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photographer session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman was standing just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know, the painting on it totally clashes with the decor. I was thinking along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands. Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rogale just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we are conversing about it, so I guess it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it. Okay, so now we know we don't have any clock hands on the watch. Okay. Is there something else you wanted to ask? You were a little nervous when you came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? No, I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of last week. Are you sure there isn't anything that you're hiding? It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts. That might not be how you should describe your occupation. Right, and... Wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson. It isn't? Oh, what do we do then? I'll tell you later. Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask? No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams, and... Well, never mind, I'm rambling. It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry about. Although, I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else. Silverware, perhaps. Ah, you know about that. Yeah, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, well, yeah, I suppose the habit got a little away from me. That's one mystery solved, at least. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind and I would hate to break his trust. I see. So where to next, Big Bird? Then let's go back to the main hall. Did you, messieurs, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. We had a good look. Thank you, Baron. But we actually have some questions for you. Please ask away. I have nothing to hide. We met your housemate, Colleen Duhau. She's a courteous young lady, isn't she? Yes, she was more than willing to help us with our investigation. I'm glad to hear it. Did you two want to ask something else? Baron Rogale, I would like to ask about your activities on the night of the murder. Oh ho, am I in trouble? No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture. I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that. I see. Is there something else I can help you, messieurs, with? I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs. Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry, if everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just wing it. Terrible, just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. Okay, so now it is Thursday, so we have to go to the courthouse. The Palace of Justice houses the High Court, a place reserved for only the most serious of crimes. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance something. Are you nervous, Falcon? That bad, huh? Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? Yeti Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rabington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, Dan, that's not it. Oh, gosh, where are my notes? Ha, I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? No. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. I wonder who was scoring the worst scores then. Unless he has improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Ah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? Ooh, it looks like they are. All present and accounted for, Your Honor. Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Catalin de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerti, to the witness stand. Inspector Volerti, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor, I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Volerti. I'm a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you're the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival. Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rogale. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Catalin de Miao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Crania with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloodied paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. Ew, okay, so we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid. At the scene of the crime, we found she was standing over there. Well, blood is probably something we would want to talk about. She could have been trying to save his life, right? Inspector, you say Dame Catalin had blood on her paws, correct? Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. How much blood was there on the lady's paws, Inspector? Enough for it to be clear that she had dirtied her hands on the victim's body. We noticed blood on the suspect's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth. Her mouth? How vile! The inspector's answer seems pretty definitive. Do you have another question about the blood on Dame Catalin's paws? Maybe not. Well, we could kind of talk about it to try and figure out if it wasn't anything, but no, let's just say no. Never mind, I have no more questions about the blood. Falcon, I know it's good to back out when you think a line of questioning might not go anywhere. But sometimes you have to take a risk. What are you saying? Something about the inspector's blood description doesn't sit right with me. Put pressure on the inspector. Maybe something will come up. Yeah, but that's what I was thinking. We could always come back and ask about it. I'll ask about this again later. I wanted to check this one. I would like to ask about the corpse of Monsieur Crania. Go on. What was Monsieur Crania's cause of death? That was immediately obvious when I arrived on the scene. Monsieur Crania had a gaping slash from shoulder to thigh. Blood was everywhere. I spoke with the coroner and he was in agreement. The frog died from blood loss directly caused by the open wound. I see. I suppose there's no chance of arguing that this was an unrelated injury, huh? Do you have another question about the corpse? Yes. Tell me about the slash. Inspector, could you describe the cut on Monsieur Crania's corpse? Certainly. It was a single vertical slash. It was a fine and deep cut, the sort that you would expect to see from a sharpened saber or a surgeon's knife. Yeah, so if they didn't find that on Cataline's body, right? If they didn't find it on her, why? Then she couldn't have done that just with her claws. So, or a cat's claw? Certainly. Oh, wait. You say a saber or knife could have inflicted the wound? Isn't this a line of investigation that's worth pursuing? Don't be daft, Falcon. Did you see or hear anything about a knife or sword at the crime scene? No, but on the other hand, the maid had stolen silverware, right? So I did. There was a sword in the main hall, wasn't there? Oh, I didn't even notice that. I think the police would have noticed a thing like that. No, Monsieur Falcon, there was no sword at the crime scene. These sorts of observations are ridiculous and dangerous. Judge, I concur. Defense, please be more careful with your lines of inquiry. They're stalling. What a buffoon. You lost a little favor with the jury. Do you have another question about the corpse of Monsieur Crania? No, I guess we don't. Well, then we better go back to the blood. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws, correct? Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. Whose blood was it? Ah, what a question. It was Monsieur Crania's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Crania. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Crania? I guess not. I do not. Wait, Falcon, you're onto something. I am? Oh, I just realized that she's been eating meat with her hands, right? Because they didn't have any cutlery. Yes, I can sense it. Look through your evidence. Maybe there is something there that can give you a clue. Because she's been eating this. Ate a bloody rare steak at the banquet. I don't know, can you do anything with this or just kind of click on it? This one. I'm not sure where this is going, but I'll try anyway. Alright, let's try again. Monsieur Falcon, do you have a reason to suspect that the blood... Yes. I do. I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time-wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Rabbington? Well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the stake. Well, wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No. Intriguing, pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury.